Welcome back to Batman Arkham Origins. We're still looking around the steel mill, but we'll be encountering a boss this time. Yay.
Hi, guys.
Bonk.
That guy was ducking to save his life. Well, shot him at a backlog point blank. Goddamn. This is Batman's early days. So you can't use the backlaw that close, but why not?
So is this season 1 Arrow or season... I don't kill season 2 and onward Arrow.
Wait, Arrow killed people in season 1 and then stopped
Yeah.
in season 2? Okay.
Was there like a narrative reason he
they-
stopped, or?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, so it was like character development then.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. I was gonna
I
say
mean,
like,
saying that you're not going to kill anyone else doesn't undo the murder you've already done.
Yeah.
well, that's true,
So-
but at the same time, if there's problems with what you've done in the past, that's also not an excuse to keep doing it.
Oh no, I'm not stopping. I'm not saying that he should stop. He shouldn't stop murdering. I'm just saying that you're not suddenly righteous for saying, "Oh man, I'm such a good person. I stopped murdering people."
Well,
Okay.
I would argue that who you are in the present is always more important than whatever you might have done in the past. But, you know, judgment of past actions is always a really tricky philosophical subject. What are you doing?
I murdered my murderous intent.
What?
Or as a lot of images for Jason Todd or the Punisher go, when you talk about the code, it's like killing someone just makes you another murderer. It's like, and it's just like Jason Todd and the Punisher. It's like that's why you don't stop at one.
Right. Well,
And away I go.
first of all, that
Oh, wait.
that statement is really, really obviously false. Killing someone always makes you a murderer.
Well, no, that's what they're saying.
no.
So the net number of murderers in the world doesn't go down if you
Decrease
kill
if you
one
kill
murderer,
some-
but if you kill more than
More
one,
than one murderer.
Right. I was like, I need to know the context of that line though, because if it was
No, it's not a line. It's just something.
It's just like a
whenever
joke.
someone posts, it's just a joke. Yeah.
oh right, okay,
Because someone was, you poke fun of, why doesn't Batman just kill the Joker? It's like, well, because the code, you don't killing a murderer just makes you a murderer. It's like then it's just Jason Todd and Punisher. And it's like that's why you don't stop at one.
oh, you're doing that thing where you take someone down and then you put explosive gel next to them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this guy also saw me ahead of time. So.
Fortunately, it's not.
And I somehow punched
I
that
don't
guy.
know why you punched
through.
that guy over there.
I somehow punched that guy through the railing.
No witnesses, but he didn't see anything. Yeah, because I knocked him out.
Fortunately, it's non-lethal explosive gel. It won't hurt the guy next to the body or the body itself.
The body itself.
Oh. Oh. Right into the table. You broke that guy's rib cage open, man.
But I didn't kill him.
Yes, you did. His heart has been shredded by his own bones.
yeah. So his bones killed him, not me.
That's not how it works.
It's one of those things you just kind of have to accept that. They probably do kill lots of people. It just
It's the worst
Don't-
thing I think
It's,
is still like the Batmobile in Arkham City.
It's like
being, the non-lethal.
Not
It's
Arkham
like-
Knight,
or-
Arkham Knight.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
it's like in the Yakuza series. The creator of that series is quite.
Oh, no.
The creator of that series is like very, very adamant about not wanting to promote the idea that killing is fun. So no one ever gets killed as a result of gameplay. But there's still a boss fight where you're wielding swords against each other, and you impale each other, and somehow this is survivable. Okay, sure, why not?
Well, it's actually one of my favorite call-outs from, I think it was Injustice 2, where it was like the flashback before Damian turned on Bruce Wayne to follow Superman, where Batman knocks a thug out, but then like punches him repeatedly like 5 times in the head. It's like, so you won't kill anybody, but traumatic brain injuries is perfectly fine.
Yeah. Oi. Oh, hey there.
Oh, right, Copperhead. This is the Copperhead.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey there, Mr. Mask.
can I call you Black?
So wait, why is Black Mask working with Joker?
He's not.
He's not.
Joker just took all of his money, basically.
Okay, so then
The unfortunate thing about this, about the timing of this whole situation, is that I don't think Copperhead has any way of knowing that Batman isn't the reason Black Mask is here and all beat up.
Well, I mean, they don't care as long as they get the money for killing Batman.
Which Black Mask is offering?
No, it's Joker. No, Joker's offering.
Wait, Joker's offering it? What?
Yeah,
Wait, when? I thought it was Black.
at the start of the game.
Since the beginning.
Oh, okay.
because he was pretending to be Black Mask.
Black Mask from the start, yeah.
Right, but would you trust a bounty offered by a guy pretending to be another guy?
They don't care.
I
No,
mean,
what I'm
worst case
saying-
scenario, Batman, punches them a bit and
No,
refuses
in the
to
worst
kill
case
them?
scenario, they actually succeed in killing Batman and then Joker doesn't pay up. I mean, come on. This guy is using a rich mobster to promise an obscene amount of money as a bounty, and he's not that rich mobster, so he doesn't have access to rich mobster's money.
Actually, he does,
Wait, how?
because he just robbed the bank under Roman Sionis' name.
Why?
That because he wanted the money.
No, I mean, why did he do it under Roman Sionis' name?
Man,
because-
this is like the 6th time today Batman's been poisoned. Damn.
This is not a good day to be
did it.
Batman, no.
It was under Sionis' name because if you if you were pretending to be Sionis, you could get access to his vault and all that.
Oh. Wait, so he stole Sionis' money. Okay, so it's identity
Yes.
theft. That's not
Batman,
the same as
how
robbing
can
a
you
bank.
tell that that's female perspiration?
How could you tell? Does it have extra estrogen content or something?
Yeah, this is a guy that can track breath, so...
Well, he can track, like, tobacco traces from someone who's been smoking.
Yeah, and Frank Bull's breath.
Also, why didn't Copperhead just fight him then?
But, it makes sense.
She's waiting for the poison to take effect.
It makes sense that you would be able to detect trace amounts of smoke and scents and stuff, because that's actually traceable. But sweat is sweat.
Alfred, uploading analysis. A neurotoxin. I need you to synthesize an antidote.
Now we're really playing Resident Evil.
Oh, now we get to play as Carlos.
I swear to drunk officer, I'm not God.
Speaking of, like, just today, the date we're recording this was the day Resident Evil 3 Remake was officially announced with a State of Play trailer and all. So,
Yep.
But for Ted, it was Tuesday.
What?
what?
I literally thought that was where you were going with that. It's like, oh, he's not wrong.
What? I don't get it. What?
Don't worry about it.
Wait, is that a Bison reference?
Yes.
You see, I don't know the context of that line. I don't even know the entire line. The only part of the line I know is
It's the one actually really good scene in that movie.
the only part of the line I know is "It was Tuesday," and that's because the Dom used it as a clip as a joke when he tried to do the "Of course" line and got the wrong clip.
Okay, to briefly go over it, Chun-Li's going over about how terrible Bison is and how he destroyed her village and all that, and he's like, sorry, I don't remember, because it's like, the day I destroyed your village, yeah, I don't care. That for me, that was Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like a surprisingly really good villain moment in the frickin' Street Fighter movie. it's like that sequence of events belongs in a much better movie.
That actor belongs in a much better movie.
Well, he did that purely for his kids.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Because I believe at that point he was already diagnosed.
yeah.
It's like,
with the stomach cancer.
everyone remembers, what's his name? Raul Julia?
Raul Julia.
Yeah.
Julia, yeah.
Everyone remembers him as M. Bison as like the one defining thing about that movie. Because it's the one really good thing about that movie.
Yeah. I mean, I mostly remember him as
Commissioner Loeb, I don't give a fuck about you.
And
I mostly remember him as Gomez Adams, but
And
whatever.
it's really weird that it's the one really good thing about that movie, because he is not suited to play the character of M. Bison at all.
No.
But, he pulls it off in his way.
Was Raul Julia Adams in the
live action movie.
Oh, okay. I thought he might have been Adams in the TV show, but
No.
Man, these Mass Effect Andromeda models were just appalling.
Can we not resurrect that?
I'm sorry, I was watching Matt McMuscle's What Happened video recently and just kind of bled into it.
hey, at least we're not bringing up vagina bones, all right? Which
What?
you're pure. You don't know about vagina bones.
Ted, by virtue of you saying at least we're not mentioning it, is completely shot in the ass because you mentioned
Okay,
it.
so when Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, I hate that title, came out.
Okay.
That's the.
It's a really weird subtitle.
Yeah, that's the Shin Megami Tensei Fire Emblem crossover.
Right.
There was some minor changes to one of the characters' designs in the port. So, like, she had her cleavage covered up on her shirt, and they removed the markings on her body that the bone. I don't know the.
Basically,
correct
they were
term
going
for the-
they were falling in line with Nintendo of America's edict not to sexualize minors.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, because they're like 16.
Oh, because she's
Yeah,
young.
She's
and then
16, 17.
there's this famous tweet where somebody says they removed her vagina bone.
What?
What the fuck?
You haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
And since that game's getting ported to the Switch, we get to have people complain about vagina bones in the year 2020, and it will be the saddest thing on the internet.
Yeah.
Which is a feat.
The current controversy regarding that is that, like, I think the Switch port is using the localized version as its basis, which means it has all the not Japanese censorship intact. So
Yeah.
Yeah, even for the Japanese version, even they're getting kind of annoyed by that.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but they're also like 16, so I don't care that much.
Japan-
personally.
Not to stereotype, but in general, they have a slightly creepy outlook toward sexualizing teenagers. They're self-aware about it, in a lot of movies that I've seen.
If anything, that makes it worse, if you ask me.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, it's not,
You have to remember that Sailor Moon's like 14 years old sometimes.
yeah, well, Sailor Moon, though, magical girls in general, is also aimed at girls. So
No. It's Sailor Moon, Lewis. Sailor Moon is the porn parody.
What? I didn't.
Oh my, that probably exists. Which is
I thought
really
for a
sad.
second. For a second, I thought you said
No,
Sailor
I
Moon.
didn't say it. But
To be fair, John, that is a clever name for a Sailor Moon porn parody. You only change one letter and it works.
yeah. The best parody names, like The Farce Awakens, which was used by like 16
Hey,
different
guys.
video makers on YouTube who wanted to criticize that movie.
How many SJWs are thrown into that title too?
I don't think any SJWs used it, but a lot of people complaining about them did.
It's a never-ending vicious
yeah.
cycle.
Yeah. Oof. So, hang on. We already had our not Scarecrow section, but we had to have our Scarecrow Arena Challenge.
Yeah.
But the Mad Hatter stuff already had that too. You know, I mean, that's kind of like that is kind of like an ongoing complaint for the entire franchise is that they put you in different predicaments, but at the end of the day, you always solve every single one of them by fighting like goons. You know, that
It's
sort of thing.
unfortunate.
So
It's
like-
unfortunate, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd like to see a Batman game that goes a more adventure gamey route, and
I mean the Telltale games.
not Telltale games. No, Telltale games are like a pale shadow of what adventure games are like. Okay, they're adventure games for mobile devices, basically. What I'm talking about is like more dedicated adventure games. Like I mentioned Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments last session at some point, I'm pretty sure. That kind of game. But, you know, basically where you have to figure things out, and a lot of the emphasis is on detective work.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but it's like whether or not the developers or Warner Brothers, I would say, would find that interesting or satisfying. as a superhero.
Interesting or satisfying isn't really the barrier here. The reason developers won't do that is because it's really a risk to design a game with that sort of divided focus. We've seen how badly that can work for the Sonic series. Am I right? Of course, half the gameplay styles in that.
To use as an example, like within the Arkham series, like when you guys did all the Riddler challenges for the first time in Arkham Asylum, and we defeated Riddler
Batman,
by basically swatting him. By basically swatting him.
You injected that
did you
into
find
your
that,
suit, Batman.
Did you find that a successful conclusion? Like, did you find it satisfying?
I found it satisfying as a punchline, but that's because I'm the kind of person who finds it amusing when I get to the final boss of Oblivion, and I've turned the difficulty down so low that I can just smack him once with my sword while he's in the middle of his villainous monologue and kill him.
A lot of people have it's not the destination, it's the journey outlook on these things as well. That was also the thing.
Well, yeah.
There are a lot of games with really bad endings.
Well, there's also the thing that the Riddler wasn't the ending of the game. It was the ending of a side quest, and the fact that the Riddler is not a very good fighter is kind of a well-known part of his persona. So just punching him once at the end is funny in a dark humor sort of way. The what was I gonna say? What was I even talking about? We've gone on like 3 tangents within tangents in the last 5 minutes. I've lost my thread. All right, detective games. The reason that designers don't do that kind of divided focus much is because if you're designing an action game, a lot of your audience doesn't care about the non-action portions of the game. If you're designing an adventure game with an intellectual puzzle-solving, mystery-solving focus, a lot of those players are going to be players who are explicitly bad at action gaming. So if you divide the focus of the game, you're basically dividing the audiences and just trying to appeal to the smaller portion of gamers who enjoy both at the same time. You know?
Yeah, a lot of people don't like adventure, exploration, puzzle solving kind of stuff, even if they're playing stuff like RPGs. Because like if you take Pokemon as an example, there are a lot of people who play Pokemon, which is an RPG, but don't like the dungeon crawling or story or reading. They just like using super effective moves, and that's pretty much it. So, and I'm not trying to be like condescending. Some people literally only just care about raising a team of Pokemon, and I mean, I guess that's fine if you like that, but you can really divide your audience trying to focus too hard on one thing, you know.
Well, not trying to focus too hard on one thing, but trying to focus strongly on directly opposed elements. Adventure games as a genre are generally more enjoyed by a more sedate kind of gamer who don't necessarily like mechanical complexity in their games. Whereas action gaming is often enjoyed by a more adrenaline-fueled kind of gamer who doesn't like it when their game slows down too much. Well, you're trying to combine a fast-paced, action-heavy element with a slower, more meticulous, non-actiony element, and they can wind up detracting from each other if they're not blended well.